Hello everyone and welcome to Market Wrap with Raja. I am Raja Venkatraman here. अरे ಎಲ್ಲ मेहनत वेस्ट ಆಯ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಗೌತಮ್. Read something. There is an exam ಬರೋದು ಡಾಗ್ಮನ್ ನೋಡು. ಡಾಗ್ಮನ್ ನೋಡು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೋದು. ಸರಿ ವಿಂಪಿ ಕಿಡ್ ನೋಡು. ಗ್ರಂಪಿ ಕಿಡ್. ले अप्पा गौतम रेंडे ग्रंपी किड बिगर वर्जन हाँ गौतम Hello everyone and welcome to Market की बातें पोपट Market Wrap with Raja. Hello everyone and welcome to Market Wrap with Raja. I am Raja Venkatraman, co-founder of NeoTrader and also a trading influencer. I've been in the market for more than 15 years and I've been sharing my trading skills, my knowledge skills to all the people who are following us on the YouTube. I believe you are also following. If you are not, do follow us on this YouTube channel, Chart Advice Profits for You, because that's where we are giving out various kinds of advisory on how to approach the market, on what kind of ways to look at the market, and how you can position yourself to analyze the market indices and plan your trade. So today we are on the 27th of July. We have ended the day and now we are looking at the 28th of July on how the markets are poised and how are we going to analyze the markets for the coming session, which is the 29th. So considering the way the entire chart setup is structured and the way market has rebounded quite swiftly from the lower levels, let's focus our attention on the Bank Nifty. You can see here on the cards right now that the Bank Nifty has come down into a very important support zone around the 21,800. We had mentioned yesterday that 21,800 is a very important zone to watch out for. And from 21,800, the markets have rebounded quite well. You can see here there's a nice support trend line which has been formed, and this is continuing to hold on to the zone. So here I find that 21,550 is an important zone, and this important level has to be tracked in tomorrow's market as we enter the day. Let's go and take a look at the intraday setup. We can see here that the intraday setup shows that there was a strong revival today morning, and the markets rallied quite a bit from here. And you can see that the rally has led up to 22,000. We had discussed yesterday that 22,000 is a key zone, and the next support zone was 21,800 and 21,500. Markets dipped down till there near 600, and then it has rallied up once again. So 22,000 on the upside and 21,500 on the downside were the levels for the session which happened on 28th of July. And on 29th of July, we are going to look at a move above 22,000 and sustaining above that, and then only we can take some cue. So let's go and take a look at NeoTrader and see what are the kind of confluences which we can anticipate. And this is the NeoTrader screen, and you can go to the stock analyzer page. And stock analyzer gives you a very good idea about where are the setups and what is the kind of pace at which you can expect the index to move. You can see here there's a Bank Nifty, and what are we seeing? We are seeing that the Bank Nifty is showing us some possibility, and the overall trend is indicating a neutral mode. And let's go to the consolidated view where we can see the charts of setup in Bank Nifty across multiple time frames. So what we are observing is that the overall prospects in Bank Nifty continues to be neutral. So we can continue to anticipate some range bound action in Bank Nifty. So what are the levels which we are looking at? Let's go down and take a look at that. If you see here, the kind of movement which we are seeing, that it is a largely range bound scenario on the intraday. or on the positional basis, but on a multi-day basis, there is still some pressure which is underway. That is based on the pivot setup which we are seeing right now on this line. So now let's go down and take a look. Lower levels, we have got some indications here, and what we'll try and find here is some bit of confluence, so that we will be able to get some clue as to how we can position ourselves for tomorrow. You can see here that if the Bank Nifty were to witness some strong upside, you can see that the R1 is around this level 22,213, and the positional R1 is at 22,257. So there is a confluence of two pivot levels out here. And at lower levels, what are we finding? We are finding that for an intraday player, these are the key levels to watch out for: 20 to 200 on the upside, because there is a pivot confluence. Now, if we were to go down a bit lower, so let me just clear this. And what are we finding at the lower levels as a confluence point? The nearest confluence point which we are able to generate right now is this area. It's around 21,595. This is a confluence area, and 21,668. So this is the closest confluence zone which we are getting. So at the end of the day, you got 21,600 as a lower zone, 22,200 as a confluence area on the upside. Now the question is, if the overall setup in Bank Nifty looks to be crossing the 22,000 zone, and if it were to cross this confluence zone around 22,000, see 200 to 250, what would be the next level to watch out for? The next level to watch out for would be this area where there is a confluence zone at 22,976 and 22,958. So you have a good sharp upside which is possible. So the overall opportunity in Bank Nifty looks promising, and we had said that yes, Bank Nifty has come into some important support zone, and a move about 22,200 is something which we'll be tracking, because the upside opens up towards 22,900. So yes, Bank Nifty is at a very interesting stage, and based on the pivot confluence which we are seeing in NeoTrader, we are able to understand that yes, the overall setup, though neutral, is showing some inclination to move towards the upside if the overall positive momentum is aiding the bullishness. So what are the other factors which we can look at from this page? Let's go and take a look. This page is a stock analyzer page of NeoTrader, where you can analyze the Bank Nifty in great detail. There are a lot of elements available to analyze this across intraday, multi-day, and positional, and you will be able to get a view which will help you to analyze the overall prospects for the index. You can see here right now that the bullish score is high on the multi-day. So if there is a recovery in Bank Nifty, we could have a nice multi-day opportunity here, and the score could help improve the chances for Bank Nifty to go up. So that's what is the setup for Bank Nifty. Now let's go down to Nifty. You can see here, this is a Nifty chart, and the Nifty chart continues to exude some bullishness on the intraday as well as the daily chart. You can see here, this is the daily chart. Let's have the daily chart here. This is the daily chart continues to hold on to higher levels, and as we have been stating, that lower levels around 11,000 continues to be a very important zone, and unless 11,000 is not given away, we can continue to expect that the prospects of upside will continue. All right, so now let's go and take a look at the intraday charts and see what do we have in store. So you can see here that there are bullish prospects here, and here too, if we are able to see the trend line slope, it's moving quite well. This trend line slope is out here, and if you draw a horizontal line around this area, You can see here that this horizontal line has acted as a nice value area around the 11,240 mark, and the intraday levels held on to this zone. So now going into tomorrow, this 11,240 will be a key area to watch out for. And if unless and until that is given away, you can continue to hold on to the bullish bias. Now, if prices were to travel below this, then you will have the support zone kicking in, and the support zone could actually help arrest the decline. So let's see what is the overall confluence zones on the Nifty as well. Let's take a look at the Nifty, and let's try and find out whether we are having some bit of confluence zones for the Nifty as well. So this is the Nifty stock analyzer page. You can see here that for the Nifty, there is a lot of confluence zones which are emerging, and let's try and understand. Let's go to the consolidated view, and you can see here Nifty is in a much better state. There is a firm bullishness which you can see here, and the trend is positive across all time frames, unlike the bank Nifty. And if you just go down a little lower, you see here that the bullish score is also quite strong on the Nifty. So yes, between Nifty and Bank Nifty, Nifty is a better bet to go for the long side. And now let's go down a little bit lower. You can see here that they are continuing to move above R1. So the overall prospects continue to remain bullish, and the move has just begun. So let's try and see what is the kind of zones which are emerging right now. So what is the zone which is emerging right now in Nifty? You can see here, this is the R1 is coinciding with this. So this is a nice confluence zone. If prices were to move above this, then the next target zone for Nifty can be towards this. This is something which we can expect can happen tomorrow, and if the bullish momentum continues. And on the lower side, we were looking at some kind of support levels. We were talking about 11,240. So that is the pivot also for the day. You can see here 11,240 is the pivot. So a drop below 11,240 could move towards a confluence zone of 11,130. So you can see here that we are having a nice support zones out here. There is a good confluence zone at the lower levels around 11,130. At the top, it is 11,400 to 430, and 11,247 is also a value area which we had seen on the charts. You see here, this is a value area which we had seen on the charts, and that is the pivot which will be in action for tomorrow. So that's how we are positioned as far as these setups are concerned. And the Bank Nifty is also very clearly indicating that yes, there are chances, but about 22,200. Door opens up to 22,900. And on the downside, around 21,600 is the support zone. Now let's go down and take a look at the CNX IT, which continues to harbor strong bullish momentum. You can see here that after a nice consolidation, okay, this is a nice consolidation which emerged in CNX IT, and then you are witnessing a steady three white soldier pattern. That is a clear sign of bullishness, and Nifty IT continues to move along, and all the prominent IT stocks are delivering and they are performing excellently well. So let's take an intraday peek. You can see here there's an intraday chart out here, and on the intraday, a nice rounding, continuous rounding. You see here series of rounding. It's a beautiful rounding pattern which you can see here. There's a nice rounding here. Again, there is a nice rounding here. So now, if we were to take a look at the rounding targets, so you got 17,500 to 16,900, which is around 600 points, which puts it at 18,100, so which it has reached today. So you have reached the target, you have reached the rounding pattern target, which is from here projected above the neckline till here. So reach the rounding pattern target, and the overall momentum does look positive. But I expect that CNXIT could actually come to a halt. Let's see if there were more evidences which are indicating this fact. And you can see that it is clearly in the danger zone. And if the bullishness were to exhaust right now, then you would not be able to hold on to it. So right now we are entering at an extreme stretch phase in CNXIT. So probably tomorrow could be a pullback day in CNXIT. So in terms of the ranking, I would put Nifty first, Bank Nifty second, and CNXIT third, because I'm expecting some bit of pullback to emerge in the CNXIT. Well, this was the analysis which I have done on the indices. I hope you found the analysis interesting and worthwhile participating in. I would like to have your comments on our video, and if you like the way the presentation has been done, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also comment on our video. The comments are valuable and it will help us do the analysis better. Thank you for being here. Have a good day.